Hey everybody, it's Wednesday James here from Wednesday James HQ, which I know looks an awful lot like Monday James HQ, go figure. But I'm here for another What's Up With That Song Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about a song from the second King Pine EP called Be Here Now. Let's go. So, back in January of 2019, famed entertainer Conan O'Brien, one of my favorite humans, did an interview with, I don't recall with who, it doesn't really matter to me, but at one point in talking about his legacy, I suppose, he said something, at the end of the day, all our graves will go unattended. Which is the kind of like casually profound thing that people like Conan O'Brien can just drop kind of from anywhere. But it rattled around in my head for a while because it's a neat phrase, frankly. It's a profound thought and a kind of a interesting. The syllables are interesting to me. You know, they struck me in a musical kind of a way, as syllables often do, to go along with the construct behind it. So it rattled around for a while, probably a month or two. And one day I was sitting down and I find a way to marry that line to this very percussive, very Ani DeFranco-esque. I had a gig with KTO a couple weeks ago, and a guy afterwards was asking all of us, who our biggest influences were on our playing. And I said, as a rhythm guitar, as a lead guitar player, I'm a Trey Anastasio guy. I grew up on Fish. They're my first concert. They're why I still play guitar. Like, I can't play like that for shit, but that's kind of why I keep trying. But then as a rhythm guitar player, I tend to try to kind of find a weird middle ground between Bill Janowitz from Buffalo Tom and Ani DeFranco. Janowitz is a very lovely, jangly kind of a thing going, and then Ani has this, you've heard Ani DeFranco, just this very aggressive, in her case, it's kind of a bizarro claw hammer thing where she's just like she's got electrical tape all up her knuckles and just beating the hell out of the thing. But the effect of it is you get these very like bassy thumps and then some, And so I had this kind of boom, bop, bop, boom, bop, 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 boom, bop, bop, which just felt very Ani DeFranco-esque to me. Your mileage may vary, of course, but that kind of feel of the playing came out of that. And then somehow that all our graves go unattended clicked against that rhythm, and then it just kind of started to go from there. This is around the time, 2019, when I was beginning to actually try to engage with my mental health and see if I couldn't figure out better what to do about myself and all the things that don't work in my brain. That process is, of course, ongoing and has proceeded somewhat, but is still pretty deep in the hole. But the bigger thing, I've heard it said about creation that you create a thing that you wish was there. Like for me, it's songwriting. For someone else, it might be poetry, it might be painting, it might be dance, it might be whatever, but it's the saying something that you wish someone would say, and if no one else is going to do it, it's got to be me, so like you write songs to be the song that you need to hear, that you want to hear, the song that like speaks to you, the one that if you heard it on the radio, you'd be like, fuck, yes, that's what I think. You're trying to create that. You're trying to write that song. And so a lot of my songs, particularly around this era, both the King Pine EPs, for sure, but a lot of my songs in this era are very much me talking to me and trying to figure out, what the fuck to do with myself, how and why and whether, what is, because, like, I have, in the last couple of years, been diagnosed with ADHD. I think there's probably a fair chance I'm on the autism spectrum too at some point, a little bit. I don't know. We'll find out at some point. But, it's like you spend 35, 40 years thinking that everyone thinks like you do. And then to discover that no, in fact, your brain does a very different thing from a lot of people and doesn't work the way that a lot of people's brains work. And all the things you learned that you thought made sense, maybe they don't, because they were you trying to fit yourself into a mold that doesn't fit you. If you judge a fish on its ability to climb trees, the fish is going to feel like it's pretty worthless because the fish can't climb trees. But if you judge it on the ability to swim in water, much better. So a lot of the King Pine stuff, I was in a pretty bad place mental health wise, which is different from today's bad place mental health wise, I think. But and so a lot of these songs were just me trying to sort of work out what I want, what I needed someone to tell me to do, and be here now is the biggest one. I live in my head. For better, for worse, usually for worse. And I can be very distant and very distracted. I mean, it's the ADHD thing. It's just, the King Pine records especially were a lot of me trying to tell myself how to function, how to put it together, be here now. Like, don't sit here a million miles away, like, be here. This is the moment, this is the time, and I'm still fighting with that every day, all the time. Like, this is it. This is the shot. Today, Wednesday, July 16th, 2025, that's it. This day's not going to come again. And if I spend the whole day thinking about this and that and the other thing, and I never actually engage with being here, at this moment, in this case, talking to myself on my computer screen, but, hopefully in an hour or two or a year or whenever talking to you, be here. There's a song on that record called Breathe, because it's reminding me to breathe and not fucking hold it all in, it's all too much is just you are overwhelmed and it happens, and like try to put it out a little bit. So all of those songs in that era especially have been really just sort of prayers to my own psyche to like stop fucking up and actually function like you're supposed to function in some fashion, which is not to say necessarily to be the way everyone else is, because that's not how my brain works, but to at least try to stay focused, try to stay present, try to stay in my body, try to stay in the moment and be in the moment. And I'm trying really hard to do that, which is difficult for a whole lot of reasons. I mean, we all of us are driven by, forces both internal and external, and forces that we, in a lot of cases, have no control over. But like between our animal needs and our higher needs, and then our societal needs and circumstance, social needs, it's really easy, at least for me, to kind of just get lost in that and to sort of not be, and to be just, sit in my apartment and glaze over and like, and I don't want to do that. I want to be, if I'm with a friend, if I'm with a lady friend, if I'm with a client at a job, whatever the deal is, like, be here, because here's where it's all happening. Here's the action. Here's the thing. Do it. So this tune was kind of me trying to reckon with that. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, at the end of everything, it's not going to matter because we're all going to die, and no one who remembers us will survive long enough to, like, it's all going to be forgotten. So live, be here, do today, because today's only here once, and everything else, nothing else is going to matter. And so I took this to 1809 Studios in Macedon, New York, which is where Dave Drago works out of. As I mentioned a couple of these ago, He mixed and mastered the Way Home record. He mastered my solo record. He engineered and we made the King Pine records together. He is currently working on a project for me on a mixing and mastering and also fucking around with kind of end that I'm very excited to play for you once it's all done. But I went there in, I guess it would have been early 2020. It would have been January, February 2020 for a weekend. Me and Dave and Kevin Simon came down to play keys. And Jake, I've forgotten Jake's last name. I'll look it up and put it in the notes. Jake, the absolutely wonderful Jake, who... I'm sorry, Jacob, I forgot your last name. I'll get to it. But phenomenal drummer, great guitar player, great singer. He's a delightful human being. I adore him and I miss him. The four of us kind of came together for a weekend and did a 4 or 5 tune EP, just kind of banged it out, which is sort of the fun thing of working with Dave. I have not listened to that record in a while, so I know I stole the high harmony in this version of the song from one that Dave wrote. Anything else arrangement-wise that matches what happened before is just because the song is built the way the song's built. But it was a great version. I was really happy with it. I had every intention. I had booked out, something like 12 or 15 dates upon the heels of the release of the King Pine's second EP. I had a whole structure of how I was going to play it live. I had a whole thing. And then, I don't know if you guys heard, but this pandemic happened, and it kind of broke everything. So another lesson of how you don't know the future, I don't know what tomorrow's going to be. I don't know what tonight's going to be. So be here now. Don't sit about and think about what yesterday was. Don't sit and think about what tomorrow will be, because yesterday you can't change and tomorrow hasn't happened yet. Be here now. Be here now with me. Be here. Because all of it at the end of the day won't matter. So only today matters on some level. And that's a lesson that I keep reteaching myself, and I keep forgetting, and I keep reteaching myself over and over. And I wrote the song hoping that it would help, and sort of it has, kind of. Anyway, I don't really have too much else to say about it, besides that I hope that you, too, are being here, or wherever you are. I hope that you're present. I hope that you're engaging with the world. I hope that you are learning from the world. I hope that you are making the world better. That's all we can really try and do, is try every day to be a little better and to be a little more present and a little more aware and a little more awake. Dare I say woke. Be better. Be humans who understand other humans as much as possible, and be present with them, because, you're in line at the bank, but all those people around you are also in line at the bank, and you're all going through this experience together, and you're all community people, and you're all in the same world, so let's fucking get it right. Be here. Be here now. Do it. That's all I got. So without further ado, here is today's take on Be Here Now. I hope you like it, and I hope you're well. See you later. All our graves go unattended, forgotten never can be mended. If the sand slips through the cracks, we never get the hours back. All our graves go unattended. Life is short and rudely ended. Nothing's granted, nothing's sure. No one's promised one day more. So be here
it.